Let me take a swig of water because I'm thirsty. For them motherfucking views, welcome back. We're after the Christmas break. We've returned. Did you miss us?
No.
Cool. Jack's ill today. He's got what I had if you watched the Hitman video, so deal with that. Jack, how have you been? How was your Christmas? How was your New Year's?
It was satisfactory. How was yours?
Satisfactory. I had a very good time. I played Fortnite Monopoly. Shout out to Fortnite Monopoly. Feel free to sponsor us because that is genuinely a fucking good game. I really enjoyed that. It was lovely. Just go play Fortnite Monopoly. Some would argue better than the actual game.
It's not hard, is it really?
You're a piece of shit. So your New Year's resolution wasn't to be more optimistic and you've still stuck with the cynical attitude towards life. But anyway, Jack, festivities are over. Checking messages. Festivities are over and it is time to jump into the news. I want to do a Keemstar intro, but I've completely forgotten how Drama Alert works.
What up, Drama Alert Nation? It's... Oh, wait, that's completely wrong. Let's get right into the news!
Jack, you've given me a few stories. We're going to go through your ones first. So,
tasty.
First of all, From Software is working on 2 unannounced games. Tell me about this.
Well, I know that you're a fan of that favourite phrase. It's just like Dark Souls.
It's just like Dark Souls.
Well, in the Souls-like genre, which has now become a genre, there's the official makers of the Souls-like genre is now making 2 more games that appear to be Souls-like, to be just like Dark Souls, along with
Yawn! Jack, I'll be honest with you, I don't care. Have you ever played the Dark Souls game?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
No.
Have I ever played a Dark Souls game?
I don't know, have you?
I played it, I think I played 2 for about 10-15 minutes.
So you look the kind of game that I'd want to get into,
aesthetic.
but it takes a lot of time and effort to get good at it before you can start enjoying it.
See, no, that stuff just doesn't bother me. I just think it looks ugly. And I mean that in the sense of it doesn't look like a bad game. It's just the aesthetic, the art style to it is not visually appealing to my eye palette. So I don't really care. I've got no interest in Dark Souls or From Software. Moving on! Cyberpunk side-scroller The Last Night runs into massive legal and funding issues. Tell me about this one.
So, The Last Night was a game that was it was announced a few years ago and it looked really cool. It was like it's 2D side-scroller with this really unique art, like pixel art style.
Oh, I remember this.
It looks phenomenal. Like I've even got a few like screenshots as like wallpapers I used at one point.
Yeah.
And then we haven't really heard anything about it, and then now apparently it's in trouble.
That's how you weigh up if a game looks good or not. If it's your
if it's wallpaper worthy, yeah. Yeah, that's how I weigh up a game's good. But yeah, so the bloke here for the I think he's the dead developer.
Yeah, we got a few tweets here. I'll read through because it's on my screen. So we got a few tweets here from Tim Sorrett, if that's his full name or not, I don't know, but that's the Twitter handle he has gone with. So he's given us a brief rundown of what's going on. 2018, the rise and fall of whatever this game's called. I forgot, what was it called? The Last Night. So they doubled their team in 2018. We got ourselves a proper lovely studio in the centre of London. Love that. Bang in. Had a big swallow. The game budget finally got a massive raise for them, and then they found a developer, or that we found and developed the code architecture that the game needed. So well underway in no, that's actual production now. Then if code's being written, yeah.
Well, yeah, they had a demo a while ago, so.
Oh fuck! Oh well, then this should be way long. This is odd then.
Well, it was a demo, it was a trailer, but. Yeah.
Okay, and then they've developed even more gorgeous hybrid 3D pixel art techniques from whatever he said. But then they've encountered massive business and legal funding issues that they can't talk about. They were meant to have a trailer at the Game Awards, which they cancelled, and now they're currently fundraising again. That surprises me that they had to cancel the trailer for the Game Awards. Are you reading that as they had to cancel it because they couldn't afford the time to show it at the Game Awards, or because I would have thought the Game Awards pays companies?
No, I would have. If they could have showed it, that could have like generated more hype and got some more interest and got some investors. So I don't see why they would have cancelled it if they're not in that production. Because I mean, look at Atlas, that had a fucking trailer, and look at that mess. So I think you do have to pay for your airtime, like you would any advertisement.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
Then,
yeah, sadly, they're
money.
fundraising now, which I mean that's surprising, isn't it? Is this the CD Projekt Red?
No.
I see. Cyberpunk has really thrown me off there. That's why I was so confused by this. I was like,
But you thought this was Cyberpunk?
No, I thought it was like CD Projekt Red had a side project, and it was this.
Oh no.
So, okay, yeah, that's why I'm a bit confused. Okay, yeah, well that sucks that they're having to do that, but I hope that they get the right funding, because that game genuinely did look really fucking good. Okay, right, next story. Jack, you've also sent me over the UK's game market is now bigger than video and music combined. Tell me a bit more about this, please.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty big, isn't it?
It's pretty fucking massive. Have you got stats for me? I can see games account for 51.3% of UK entertainment. That's pretty fucking good, actually, to be fair. Do you think, this is probably a much wider topic, so we won't dive into this too much, because I could probably talk about this for way longer. I mean, if you're like me and a full-blown futurist millennial, and you've adopted the lifestyle to get rid of all of your physical media besides the Dark Knight trilogy, Interstellar and Inception, do you think that's because people just aren't buying physical copies anymore? Because with streaming and stuff, does that apply to this?
Yeah.
It does?
So this is despite the fact that the physical market is shrinking while digital sales grew to a modest 12.5%.
Jack's read the article. Good for him. Okay, well that's interesting, but ultimately pretty boring and mathsy. So I'm going to move on to the next story, Jack. Reselling game keys without permission is now illegal in Japan.
Yep.
It's a pretty boring story. Don't know why you fucking sent it to me.
I just said,
next.
Yeah, you might find it interesting, because I know you like G2A and CD keys, so... But,
oh, wait, what? Is that how those website works?
Yeah.
So what happens? Okay, right, hold on.
They can't operate in Japan.
Oh, well, that's not here, is it? I find that weird. Oh, what? So CD keys and stuff, they buy a bunch of keys and then sell them for discounted prices?
Yeah.
Ah, you said that they... Actually, I won't say what you said, because we might get a brand deal up one day. CD keys, if you'd like to do a brand deal with us, you're more than welcome to. I'm a big fan of CD keys. Oh, what did I get? I got Fallout 4, Game of the Year edition, all of the DLC, and XCOM 2 for $9.99. That's mental. That's a fucking... I don't care what day of the week that is. That's a bargain. Moving on, though. Overwatch contender... Got a stutter. Overwatch contenders... Contenders player? What, is contenders the team?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, right. All right, yeah, it's capitalised. Overwatch contenders player steps down from the team after conspiracy theory doubts her existence. What? Wait, what? What? What?
So Overwatch contenders, I think, is like the like league or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So this team is called Second Wind, and basically they announced on Twitter that there's a new player called Twitter handle is Ellie_OW. Will be our newest addition to our roster for this season of contenders, which was like, okay, cool and good. But yeah, no one knew who she was. She wasn't like a big name, so everyone was like, "Who the fuck is that?" Like, there's always Twitter people being like, "Who the hell is this?" Like, no one's heard of her. Is she a Korean guy with a girl name or something? And yeah, it's just filled with rumors and gossiping who this person was. And then apparently somebody threatened to dox her at one point, and there were doubts if this was even a woman. People were like, "Oh, they're just doing it just to get, you know, attention or, you know, promote women in gaming." And then yeah, eventually she was like, "No, I'm not going to do this anymore." She stepped down from the team, and yeah.
Interesting. She's got. I've clicked on that Twitter handle. It's going through her Twitter page. This guy's a fucking psychopath. So yeah, her Twitter's pretty bland actually. She's only tweeted 20 times, so that gives the indication that this is a fairly new account. Only following 43. Yeah, she's only liked 53. That's how you can tell if you've got an active Twitter account. Doesn't matter on the tweets, because they might just be lurking. But then also on her Twitter, she's got her Twitch account linked. And I'm not a big user of Twitch. I don't really understand how it works. But she's got no videos. She's got no clips at all recorded. But yet, 2,600 followers. So I assume that's because this name sort of has blown up. Although, are these real accounts, these little emojis, or are these just like the default? Because I guess they might be bots. I don't know. I don't know Twitch. But yeah, that's weird. Making fake people. That's interesting because that's another. As esports gets bigger, that's one of those areas. Like in FIFA, you wouldn't be able to. Oh, we've got a fake football player because obviously he has to physically be there. But with esports, that's one of these weird grey areas. We're in new territory, so it wouldn't surprise me if that was a fake person. Interesting though. I can't really see the big upside. Like, why would you do that? What's the immediate?
There was some tweets about Justin Hughes, who's the owner of the team, and the way he worded his tweets, it didn't sound like she'd been like misogynistically bullied off the internet. It sounded like the tweet he tweeted, or the two tweets, it sounds like the first tweet. It sounds like she wasn't ready for the responsibility that being like the first big female Overwatch player would be. Like she was like, oh, there's too much hype I have to live up to. Like, I've got to do good to, like, you know, otherwise everyone's going to make fun of women in esports. And the second tweet is just kind of like, oh yeah, she's a bit, you know, got bullied for being a woman.
Interesting. Huh. Oh well. Moving on, because all of that's pretty much mostly speculation. We don't really follow esports as a whole. But moving on from cosplay, it's that time of the week again, Jack. It's that time of the week.
Is it the key time?
It's the key time. Although, to save the listeners' ears, you, over the festive period, decided that I am one of your best housemates that you've ever lived with, and decided to buy me some official, that time of the week, I'm just seeing what that looks like in the camera. What time of the week is it, Jack?
Time for Fallout 76 News of the Week!
It's time for the Fallout 76 News of the Week! Jack decided that over the Christmas period he was going to buy me some official Fallout 76 merch. He's got me one of the nice little loot box lunch boxes. And if we just take a look inside, because I'll be honest with you, this is more important than the news we have to share. So, let's take a look inside. Oh my. So, Jack, first of all, you got me this little bobblehead as well, which I'm a big fan of. It's a pretty decent bobblehead. Unfortunately, you've ruined it by getting the 76 version, but I'm still appreciative because I don't have to look at the back of it. However, in the lunchbox that you got me, Bethesda, because you know that they get merch pretty well. I mean, first of all, let me just say, I'm not sure if you can see on the camera there, this is pure cheap aluminium tin. It's already bent, and this is probably like the third time I've opened it. But on the inside, we've got some lovely Fallout 76 playing cards for purposes I don't really fucking understand. I don't know who would collect these or not. Even if you were just a Bethesda fan, I don't understand what purpose this sort of stuff has. Although here, I don't want to boast, I have a shiny. So let's just get that. There we go. But that is a lovely gift from our dearly beloved Jack. Does dearly beloved mean you're dead? Probably not. But anyway, I've not even clicked on I've not even changed the tabs. Here we go. The news that I want to talk about, I want to keep it fairly positive before we dive into the coals. Someone got married in Fallout 76, Jack.
Okay.
Yeah. So it turns out that they were. Now I'll clear this up a bit. The headline, I don't know if it's a bit clickbaity or not, but the headline reads: Fallout 76 fans get married inside the game. Now I read this. It's an actual article which I have read, and it's a bit weird because they were already married. I think they did the actual wedding, like the official, the legal document. They signed that in person, but with no ceremony, like no celebration or whatever. They literally just went to an office, signed the paper, no dress, none of that. And then, naturally, as you would, they go home, a newly happily married couple, boot up Fallout 76, and they have a wedding ceremony in the game. and it was fully done. Apparently, the guy, let me just find it in here. The guy who basically led the ceremony, so like the guy who would be like the vicar or whoever, he did most of the work. But yeah, they wanted to show that the game isn't all about just running around and killing super mutants. It's also about people, and what better way to represent that than getting married in a video game? Isn't that a lovely story, Jack?
Too bad it's a shit game.
Too bad it's a shit game. And Bethesda, hold on, let me just Bethesda take away nukes. You know that selling point that they gave the game on? They took it away. But granted, it's bugged, and they can't really do much about that. But yeah, it's just another ongoing problem with this game, and that's all we're going to talk about. I want to keep that one fairly happy. The big news, Jack. The big news that I want to talk to you about this week, however, is new Splinter Cell coming this year.
Ooh.
Analysts predict.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. This happens pretty much every year, I feel, at this point, but me and Jack are, I feel like on a one-man, two-man campaign here to definitely make this happen by just sheer willing it into existence. But I'm confident. I know I was dead set that E3 just gone, we were going to get a Splinter Cell game. I reckon it's this year now. Because they have to bring it back. But anyway, analysts have been saying it's been nearly 6 years since Ubisoft last did one in the franchise. They've been prompting a return to the franchise, and most analysts agree this is the year.
You know what it's going to be, don't you? Splinter Cell Online.
Battle Royale!
Splinter Cell Battle Royale.
No, don't say online. That would be really bad.
It'll be Splinter Cell Online. It'll be always online, and you have to get to unlock new gear and stuff. It's all about getting loot boxes, and there'll be
really
4 little locations we have to sneak around, and you can do it with your friends, but it'll be shit and no one will like it. Splinter Cell Online, everybody, get ready for that.
Yay! But if you read through the article, some of the analysts that they hint at other predictions that they have got coming up as well, or what they think will happen. They say Borderlands 3 is pretty fucking likely. There's been a number of leaks and whatnot. They also believe that Rockstar are going to announce another game for release in 2020, which I'm not cool. I think it's going to be Bully, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to be a new IP. They've got no other big franchise. Oh, I've got hiccups. They've got nothing else in the works, do they, with their franchises? So I reckon that is the Bully remake that for some reason everybody on the internet wants, even though Bully, it's not good. Have you played Bully?
No, I never did.
It's really not that great of a game. I don't know if it's one of those games that you had to play at the time and that's what makes it good, and it's just purely nostalgia, in which case the remake, it's going to disappoint fucking everyone. But I played it late into the game, I guess, and it just really wasn't good at all. Just no. I really don't understand the hype around Bully. Right, let's take a look at what other things. Whilst a new Rainbow Six game now seems unlikely following last month's announcement of Year 4 content, Splinter Cell seems like the most likely franchise due to return this year. It's the one that everybody has sort of been calling for. And I like how Splinter Cell used to be, it wasn't a small franchise, but it was stealth only. And the stealth niche of the game industry has always been fairly small, fairly sectored off. But I like how the longer we've gone without one, people are really starting to build momentum behind it. People are really like, no, let's get another one in. Come on, Jack. I just want you to be excited about one story this week, and I thought Splinter Cell would really...
Yeah, but it's not anything, is it? It's just an analyst. There's been an analyst that's predicted Skyrim 2 every year since 2016.
That won't happen.
You just keep saying,
no.
oh, it's 2016. Oh, it's 2017.
No, I don't want that to happen at all.
No, not Skyrim. Elder Scrolls 6, but Skyrim 2.
Jack, it's been announced now. Did you not see?
Yeah, I know, but he keeps predicting. It's not had a date yet.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, I get where you're coming from. So with analysts, it's their job to guess. So
imagine being that. Imagine being an analyst. Your job is just to make shit, guess shit.
Well, to be fair, they have to go into they have to read loads of data and.
Well, yeah, but
guess,
do you? I mean,
shit, but
look at that
yeah,
guy. You could have just been like, I think we're gonna have Splinter Cell this year.
Yeah,
Like, why do you think that?
Left all his
Like,
work to the last
well,
minute, and then
when I I had a bit of toast this morning, and when it was burned, it looked like 3 little dots. I was like, oh, that must be Splinter Cell's coming this year, and that's my job.
what would be your number one prediction for 2019? That's what we're round up on. What do you want this year? What game can come out that will be like, yep, that was worth it? Like, I don't care what other games come out this year, as long as I get this one. What is that game?
I have no idea. Like, I just kind of want some new games, to be honest. Some new IPs, not really bothered about all these
new
sequels.
IPs would be really fucking helpful.
What would be nice is maybe another War for Cybertron game that wasn't the shitty third one that Activision ruined.
You really like Transformers, don't you? You really like Transformers.
Those 2 games were amazing.
Alright.
And the third one completely fucked it. Or maybe, I don't know, Spec Ops: The Line 2.
Okay.
Set in
Spec
like
Ops-
a
that's
Vietnam
such a shit
story or
game.
something. Or no, Alien Blackout.
There we go. Right, like, he's thinking now.
Or Battlestar Galactica Deadlock 2.
Okay, Jack, I said pick one. Out of what you just said, pick one. Comes out this year. What game do you want for 2019?
Alien Blackout.
Alien Blackout, okay. I think I am going to stick to my guns and say I want the Splinter Cell, just because I want a new fucking great stealth game. But yeah, I think that's the show, Jack. That's
I like
the first show
Splinter Cell
of
games
2019.
because the Splinter Cell stealth games are the only stealth games I'm good at. They're the only ones I can do.
It's because they're tactical as fuck. But that's the show, Jack. 2019, first show done. How'd you feel about it? You excited for a full year of content?
Yeah.
We've been doing this for quite a while now, Jack, weekly. We're on a nice stride.
Well, we
so
missed the 2 weeks because you couldn't be bothered over Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas. I had shit to do. I had fucking everything to do. But anyway, we're back now. Regular schedules. As always, Fridays will be the new show, unless I really can't be bothered or something else happens. And yeah, that's the show. Do you want to round us up, Jack? Do you want to close us? Do you want to do the outro for once?
No.
Not even as a New Year's resolution?
No.
Alright, well, if you made it to the end of the video, then thank you very much for watching and feeding my ego for the day. Jack, did they feed your ego?
No, because no one's watching.
If you are watching, there's other videos on the channel. Some are like this, some aren't. The second episode of the Hitman Elusive Targets is done. I'll be honest with you, I was very ill during the recording of that, so it's not very energetic, but as you can see, I'm sort of back to my normal self. So go check that out if you want. If you click on a few videos and you think, hey, these guys, you know, they're pretty annoying, but their content is, you know, I can leave it on in the background, then consider subscribing. But if not, then obviously, thanks for sticking around. That's the end of the show. I'm done. I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, see ya.